Most people lose in life for one simple reason. They get emotionally hijacked. Someone provokes them, insults them, challenges them, and they react. They get angry, defensive, weak. In that moment, they lose power. Not because they were wrong, but because their ego took control. Your ego is the invisible hand pushing you into stupid choices. It ruins respect. It destroys self-mastery. It turns intelligent people into emotional puppets. But ancient warriors were trained differently. They used a forbidden mental technique that could shut down emotional reactions instantly. No overthinking, no drama, no ego. This technique didn't just build discipline, it built unshakable dominance. Once you learn it, nobody will ever control you again. Chapter 1. The real enemy. Ego is a mental prison. The ego doesn't announce itself. It hides. It pretends to be your confidence. It pretends to be your pride. It pretends to protect you. But in reality, it controls you. When ego takes over, you don't think, you react. And every reaction is a leak of power. The ego is why you argue even when you know it's pointless. The ego is why you feel the need to prove people wrong. The ego is why criticism feels like an attack. It makes you believe you must defend everything, your opinions, your image, your status, because without them, you feel exposed. But here's the truth. Most people never realize. Ego is fear in disguise. Fear of being wrong. Fear of being seen as weak. Fear of being ignored, forgotten, or replaced. The ego survives by keeping you emotionally reactive, because emotional people are easy to control. Look at the strongest people in history. Were they loud? No. Were they defensive? No. They were calm, controlled, sharp. Their power came from one simple ability, the ability to separate thought from action and emotion from response. That is why ego must be destroyed, not with violence, but with awareness. Because as long as ego controls you, anyone who can trigger you can puppet you. And nothing is more dangerous than living like a puppet. Chapter 2. The forbidden history of ego destruction. Long before modern psychology existed, ancient civilizations already understood the power and danger of the ego. They didn't call it ego. They called it the shadow, the false self, the inner enemy, and they treated it as a threat to human strength. The samurai believed ego was the cause of hesitation and fear in battle, so they trained to kill it before they ever drew a sword. The stoics of ancient Rome learned to detach from emotion, to stay sharp under chaos. Taoist masters taught mind like water, a state where nothing could disturb inner balance. And Sufi warriors practiced fana'a ego death, so nothing external could control their spirit. Across continents, across time, every elite warrior class had one rule. If your ego can be provoked, you can be defeated. But as centuries passed, this knowledge was buried. Modern society doesn't want strong minds. It wants predictable minds. Emotional, reactionary, easy to control. That's why schools never teach mental warfare. That's why society rewards ego. And that's why most people never discover what you're about to learn next, the brain hack that destroys ego on command. Chapter 3. The ancient brain hack. This ego-killing technique has been hidden under different names throughout history. The samurai called it muga no self. The Stoics called it apatheia, freedom from emotional disturbance. In modern psychology, it has only recently been rediscovered as meta-awareness. But warriors didn't explain it with theory. They used a simple, lethal mental weapon, the observer mind. Here's how it works. Right now, you believe you are your thoughts. I'm angry. I'm stressed. I'm offended. This language fuses you with emotion. The ego lives through that fusion. It traps you by making you believe every thought that appears in your mind is you. But here's the truth. If you can observe a thought, you are not the thought. This is the switch, the separation between you and your ego. Instead of saying, I am angry, you say, there's anger inside me. That single shift destroys ego instantly. Why? Because you're no longer inside the emotion. You're observing it from outside. You've just taken back control. The ego can't survive when it is being watched. It needs unconscious reaction to survive. With this shift, anger doesn't control you. Insults don't trigger you. Manipulation doesn't touch you. Because now you see it in real time. The formula is simple. Thought appears. You observe it. Ego loses control. And once you activate this state of mind, you become mentally bulletproof. Chapter 4. 7 Real-life situations where this hack destroys ego. Knowing the theory isn't enough. Power only becomes real when you can use it in life. So here are 7 real scenarios where this ancient brain hack gives you instant psychological advantage. Number 1. When someone tries to provoke you, they attack you, insult you, try to get a reaction. Old reaction. How dare they talk to me like that? This is an emotional trap. New response. There is anger appearing in me, but I will not act from it. Now they lose power. You keep control. Number 2. During arguments. Ego wants to win, but people who argue emotionally always lose respect. Instead, activate observer mode. I feel a need to be right. That is ego. Stay strategic. Now you respond with clarity, not chaos. Number 3. When someone disrespects you publicly, your ego wants revenge, but controlled power hits harder. Say internally, ego is rising. Hold position. The calm person always wins the room. Number 4. When anxiety hits. Anxiety is ego fearing loss of control. Instead of drowning in it, say, there is anxiety inside me, but it is not me. By observing it, you separate identity from emotion, and anxiety fades. Number 5. When you feel jealousy. Jealousy is ego comparing. It makes you bitter and insecure. Observer mode. Ego is comparing. Focus on growth. Instant redirection from weakness to power. Number 6. When faced with criticism. Weak men defend everything. Strong men evaluate. Say, there is defensiveness rising. Pause and extract value. Now you use criticism as fuel. Number 7. When overthinking attacks. Overthinking is ego trying to stay in control by imagining every outcome. Observer mode. These are thoughts, not reality. Act, don't spiral. Your mind becomes still. Decisions become sharp. This is how warriors win without fighting, by refusing to get emotionally hijacked. Reaction belongs to the ego. Response belongs to you. Chapter 5. The 5-second ego kill technique. Now that you've seen how this ancient hack works, here is the exact method to activate it on command. This is not theory. This is a battle drill for the mind. Use it anytime you feel triggered, challenged, or emotionally pulled. I call it the 5-second ego kill. Step 1. Catch the trigger. The moment emotion rises. Anger, defensiveness, jealousy, fear. Don't react. Freeze your body. Ego only lives through reaction. No reaction means no fuel. Step 2. Name the emotion. Label it without judgment. There is anger here. There is tension here. There is fear here. This instantly separates you from emotion. Step 3. Locate the ego story. Every emotion comes with a mental story. I deserve better. They're disrespecting me. What if I fail? Identify it, but don't believe it. Just see it. Step 4. Break identification. Say this silently. This is not me. This is ego. I am the observer. This line severs the connection between you and ego. Step 5. Issue the command. Take a slow breath and choose your response. Hold position. Stay silent. Respond only with logic. Now you control the mind instead of being controlled by it. Master this, and no insult, no manipulation, no emotional trap will ever own you again. You will become untouchable. Chapter 6. Why this works. The neuroscience. What ancient warriors discovered thousands of years ago is now being confirmed by modern neuroscience. The ego is not mystical, it's neurological. It lives in the limbic system, the emotional survival part of the brain responsible for fight or flight reactions. When ego is triggered, the amygdala takes over and logic shuts down. That's why emotional people say stupid things, make weak decisions, and regret their reactions. They're not thinking, they're hijacked. But the moment you observe a thought instead of reacting to it, something powerful happens in the brain. Control shifts to the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for logic, strategy, patience, and self-control. This has been proven. A UCLA study titled, "Affect Labeling Disrupts Amygdala Activity," showed that simply labeling an emotion reduces emotional reactivity by up to 40%. That is exactly what the observer mind does. Naming emotion shuts down reactivity. Awareness kills ego. Conscious control returns. This isn't spirituality. This is neural warfare, and the brain hack you're learning is the sword. Chapter 7. Weaponized use and power advantage. This technique isn't just for personal peace. It's a tactical weapon used by the elite. Negotiators use observer mind to remain unflappable, while opponents implode. Military commanders clear their heads this way before making life or death decisions. High-performing CEOs use it in boardrooms to neutralize drama and extract value. The advantage is simple. Calmness is dominance. When you refuse to react, you force others to reveal themselves. People who try to bait you become frantic. Their strategies unravel. You gain two silent powers: clarity and leverage. Use this method in high-stakes meetings, during heated debates, when facing manipulators, or any time someone tries to push your buttons. It converts emotional chaos into tactical information. But a warning: power without ethics becomes tyranny. Use this method to protect your mind, to make better decisions, and to grow, not to humiliate or control others. Mastery demands responsibility. Most people will never escape their ego. They'll stay reactive, emotional, and easily controlled. But not you. Now you know the truth. The mind is a battlefield, and ego is the enemy. The moment you activate the observer mind, you become untouchable. Your emotions obey you. Your reactions submit to you. Your mind becomes a weapon. You just learned a mental power most people will never access. Use it, train it, live it. If you want more banned mental strategies and ancient brain hacks like this, subscribe now. And answer this in the comments so I know you're real. Do you control your mind, or is your ego still in charge? Your next level begins now.